what is going on. Last night I was out driving back from a restaurant with friends, got home, smelled brakes, and I was like, this isn't quite right. The brake rotor was bright cherry red, so not quite good. I think it's an issue with the handbrake cable or mechanism freezing down on it, because it wasn't stopping me from driving, but it definitely was just rubbing enough to cause a lot of heat and wear down the rotor and the pads. So there's not a lot of significant wear that I can tell. It was just bright red and making just horrible popping and creaking sounds like a cast iron pan or something. So I'm really hoping that I can take that apart and see what's up. So I'm gonna go pull the car in the garage. Then I'll be back when I do that. Oh, it's cold out. All right, so just pulled the Jetta into the garage, backed it in. It's currently covered with salty stuff. The roods are finally starting to get a little nasty here. So this is the wheel in question, the rear passenger side, and you can see it kind of got all rusted up. I'm assuming that was a product of wet air when it was cooling down. Looks kind of nasty. All those bolts were really hard to break. I don't know if they really actually heated up that much, or that was just me being weak. On this side, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that one's pretty glossy there for that rear left rotor. And yeah, this guy got all back rusted up. It was bright red the other night when I came back and pulled in the driveway, and it reeked of brakes. So I'm assuming that there's an issue with the parking brake cable and that mechanism, since the rest of it's pretty hydraulic. I don't know enough, and I'm going to go find out. I'll check back in when I get more of this pulled off.
Aside from my soul,
So after pulling off the wheel and looking down under, I guess I probably could have seen this if I just stuck my big stupid head under. There are these little guys that look like O-rings. I don't know if you can see it in this light. Let me grab a flashlight. Okay, back with a flashlight. So there are these guys that look like O-rings that, aren't really supposed to be that at all. They're just a boot that's been completely destroyed for this cable. So looks pretty rusted in there. I would not be surprised in the slightest if this was just totally seized up. Given where it sits, it's right behind the wheel. Get a lot of crud down in there. I'm gonna take off this cable. Looks like I'll have to slide it out of this bracket here, and out of this one up here as well. It looks like, okay, so here's a good indicator. It looks like this is the stop right here for the top of this mechanism. So when the cable's fully released, this bit will swing out. This piece, I imagine, would mean this, but yeah. And as I look across to the other side, that matches up. Those actually lock against each other, where this one's pulled down. So I guess my suspicion, so the handbrake caused problem, is right, which sucks, because the shit's broke, yo. I guess the handbrake on these seems to work by operating the caliper mechanically, overriding the actual hydraulics of it, and just going in through that cable. So that's probably what happened, and probably what got my rotor so stupid hot. That's just falling. Things you don't want to see falling off your car. But next I'll check back in when I get any progress taking apart this mechanism, figure out what's up with this cable. That kind of seems to me like what's up with it, given it's not all the way back on that stop. So it's not going all the way out, which means there's probably a bit of engagement, which means you get friction, which means you get fire brakes. Stuff was toasty. I was especially worried when I got back. I immediately clamped my handbrake on, This is a big no-no if you've got hot brakes. That'll give you a really good warping. As the metal cools and there's pressure in one spot, will really offset the smoothness of your braking. So gonna think on that one for a bit. So just pulled up at work and it looks like we're good. The rear wheel is not smoking or on fire. I forgot to put on my center cap, but I have really no handbrake. Essentially the way it works is there's a cable running from the handbrake back to 2 cables. And I think since I messed up the balance of that, no more handbrake. Since I got a manual, I think I can park it in gear for now. It'll get me from A to B.
I've got a feeling I'm falling for nobody else.